Okay, carry on.
Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakayeshu Sarvada Ankikam Bhuvanam Yasya Vachikam Sarvavamayam Aharyam Chandra Taradi Tam Namaha Satvikam Shivam Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambam Karishyami Siddhit Bhavatu Me Sada Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunattu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejashvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahaihi Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sadgurubhyo Namaha Hari Om.
Thank you, Vidhi. Excellent. Your chanting was very good. With that, today's class is introduced by Chinmay. Go ahead, Chinmay. Chinmay, you are there? I think we have lost Chinmay in the connect. Chinmay is there, right?
Yes, sir. Sir, can you ask somebody else? I don't know, sir.
Okay. Sada Shiva Samabha.
Sir, can I?
Okay.
Can I?
Yeah.
Sada Shiva Samarambha Sankaracharya Madhyama Acharya Parayantam Vande Gurum Parampara.
Good. Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Gurum Paramparam. Thank you, Anvit. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. This chapter, which is 17th chapter, which comes in which Shatakam? Anyone can tell me?
Charama Shatakam, third one.
Third Shatkam, Charama Shatkam, means Antim Shatkam.
Charama Shatakam.
Yes, and we did most of the chapters from the Madhyama Shatkam, that was all about Bhakti, means which is very, very devotion, which is very juicy, which is very, very nice to understand. But this part is a truth. The Antim part is very, very, it's difficult to digest because it tells about, 16th chapter tells about the good and bad qualities. Daivi Asuri Sampad, which is within you. And you have to find out what is making you the Asuri part and what is good part in you. So it's this chapter, 17th chapter also comes after that, which tells about your faith or Shraddha in whatever you do, right from the eating habits, then the habit of worship, charity, and tapas, your austerity. All these four things are discussed in this chapter. And Bhagavan divides it into three types, depending upon your Shraddha. We will see how it goes in this chapter. To start with, Sharav will be chanting. Now we are going to divide every verse. First, the kids who have joined recently, maybe 1 year, and this is the first time for them, they will chant from with Rama Madam. They'll explain in their way, but I want the senior students, means those who have already done the class before, 17th chapter is completed, like Divyanshi today, will explain in details. You should not read from that PPT. You should try to explain in your own words. For that, you have to do some studies, little bit studies in the 1 week you have. So today,
Sir, what about me, sir? I am in the middle, sir.
you will, what you want to deal in details, or you want to chant with Madam?
Sir, I'll do it in details, sir.
Hariom, sir. Hariom. Hariom.
Sir, we can't see your video.
You're muted.
Just wait a minute.
Sir, I can see your video.
Can you see now? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Now we can
And
Sir,
record.
one
Sir, we can't see the
request.
PPT. Yes.
You can't see the PPT. I'll share. I'll share.
No, sir.
I'll share it. Don't worry. Sorry. I
Sir,
think
the
something.
shlokas, hariom, sir. The shlokas which I shared is not this one. I had split and
Yeah.
made
It is there.
gaps also.
This one, no, madam.
Is there?
Yeah, this one. I have
But
changed.
the gaps were okay.
This is exactly. I copied it and pasted, madam.
Okay.
Shall I
Okay.
just show you? Wait a minute. If you want, I can go to the. No, but this is exactly what, madam. I have.
Okay. It's okay. Today it is okay, and maybe I'll try it. Okay.
Okay, we can start. Sharav?
Yeah.
Okay, sir. ये शास्त्राविधिमुत्सृज्य.
No, Sharav. Wait for ma'am. Ma'am will teach.
Okay, sir.
ॐ श्री परमात्मने नमः अथ सप्तदशोऽध्यायः श्रद्धात्रयविभागयोगः अर्जुन उवाच ये शास्त्रविधिमुत्सृज्य यजन्ते श्रद्धयान्विताः तेषां निष्ठा तु का कृष्ण सत्त्वमाहो रजस्तमः ये अर्जुन उवाच
अर्जुन उवाच.
ये see here Arjuna, you have to give a gap and say uvacha. You cannot say, you did not say anyway. People say Arjuna uvacha. No, it is wrong. Arjuna uvacha. Okay.
Arjuna uvacha.
Yes. Whereas Bhagavan uvacha, that is, in some other thing we get. In next shloka it says Bhagavan uvacha. There you can join, but here you cannot join. Okay. ये शास्त्रविधिम् उत्सृज्य ये शास्त्रविधिमुत्सृज्य विधिम धा is महाप्राण there ये शास्त्रविधिमुत्सृज्य
ये शास्त्राविधिमुत्सृज्य
यजन्ते श्रद्धयान्विताः श्रद्धा is महाप्राण there second dha यजन्ते श्रद्धयान्विताः
यजन्ते श्रद्धयान्विताः.
very good तेषां निष्ठा तु का कृष्ण निष्ठा महाप्राण
तेषां निष्ठा तु का कृष्णा
सत्त्वमाहो रजस्तमः
सत्वमाहो रजस्तमः.
So we all chant together ये शास्त्रविधिमुत्सृज्य
ये शास्त्रविधिमुत्सृज्य
यजन्ते श्रद्धयान्विताः श्रद्धा is महाप्राण there यजन्ते तेषां निष्ठा तु का कृष्ण सत्त्वमाहो रजस्तमः
In my, we have done it. We have to listen to Sharav's explanation. Okay. Go ahead, Sharav.
Arjuna Uvacha, Arjuna asked, Katu
Nishta.
Nishta, what is the status? Tesham, of those, Ye Utsrujya, who ignore Shastra Vidhim, the rules of Shastras, Yajante, and worship, Anvitaha Shraddhaya, with faith. Sattvam, is it Sattva, Rajas, Ahotamaha, or Tamas? Krishna, O Krishna. Arjuna asks, what is the status of those people who ignore the scriptural rules and worship with faith? Is it Sattva, Rajas, or Tamas? O Krishna.
Good. Nice. Now, Divyanshi, you would like to explain in your own understanding. What does this question mean? Okay.
Krishna had asked, "O Krishna, where do they stand? Those who disregard the injunctions of the scriptures but still worship with faith. Is their faith in the mode of goodness, passion, or ignorance?" In the preceding chapter, as we know, Sri Krishna spoke of the differences between the divine and demonic natures to help Arjuna understand the virtues that should be cultivated and personality traits that should be eradicated. At the end of the chapter, he will state that one who disregards the injunctions of the scriptures and instead foolishly follow the impulses of the body and whims of the mind will not achieve perfection, happiness, or freedom from the cycle of life and death. He thus recommends that people follow the guidance of the scriptures and act accordingly. This instruction led to the present question. Arjun desires to know the nature of the faith of those who worship without reference to Vedic scriptures. In particular, he wishes to understand the answers in terms of the three modes of material nature. Thank you.
Thank you, Divyanshi. See, children, what does this faith mean? Generally, this faith word is not correct with Shraddha. That's what Swamiji here says. Swami Paramarthandaji says, Shraddha cannot be translated into English. Isn't it?
Sir, your voice is...
What happened? My voice is not heard? You can't hear me?
No, sir. Yes, we can hear you.
We can hear you, sir.
Yes.
So I'll go ahead. So Shraddha as itself cannot be translated into English because Shraddha is something similar. We can come closer by saying faith. So we will know about this Shraddha in this chapter, and it is divided into three. That's why Shraddha Traya Vibhaga Yoga. Three is Traya. But we all know one thing by learning the Madhyama Shatkam, that Bhakti Marga is the way to achieve the highest possible thing. We have studied Bhakti. Which chapter, students, you understood Bhakti?
12th chapter.
Fantastic.
Sir, 12th chapter Bhakti Yoga.
Very good, Vishnu. So, and it is the only way, fast way, like you have faster trains to cross from one state to another. It is the fastest way is Bhakti Yoga, Bhakti Marga. And that in Bhakti, you require a lot of faith or Shraddha. So we will see how it is. With this example, whenever you get a toy or a TV or a gadget, you get a manual with it, right? How to make this mechanics or how to build something. Same way, there is a manual for your life also. Can you tell me what is the manual for your understanding your life?
Scriptures.
Exactly. And the best...
Bhakti. Scriptures,
Exactly.
Upanishads, Gita.
Exactly. So one of them is Bhagavad Gita, and that will help you to understand what to do and not to do in the early part of your life. Because if you have not done now, then you will be very difficult to study in your college times or when you're busy working like your parents. Then it is very difficult to grow with it. So this picture says that the earlier you start, the better it is. That the vitamins which you take earlier is for the good health of yourself. The bones will be stronger, the mind will be sharper. So this teaching is already given in the form of Bhagavad Gita. Sarvo Upanishado Gavo Dogda Gopala Nandana. We have seen in this Dhyana Shloka to Arjuna and to us also. And this scriptures is also mentioned in the first verse of Dhyana Shloka we have seen. Ambatvam Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita is like the Amba, the mother. And here they represent Saraswati, who is the mother of, she is the representative of all the literature. So Saraswati, or you can say other goddesses, all are like the mother who teaches the child. Similarly, the scripture is teaching you a Bhagavad Gita through that values. This is what was the first verse explaining. And here question of Arjuna is, those who don't follow this, then what happens to them? That is the question. So we will come to the answer in second, third and fourth verses. So let us see what it says. Anvit, you are there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Anvit. So you can chant with ma'am, learn chanting, and then you explain. Okay? Go ahead.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Trividha Bhavate Shraddha Tehinam sa svabhavaja Satviki Rajasi Chaiva Tamasi Cheti Tam Shruno. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Bha is Mahaprana there.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Trividha.
Let me teach you. No, wait. Trividha Bhavati Shraddha.
Trividha Bhavati Shraddha.
See, Trividha. No, wait. Trividha. Dha is Mahaprana. Bhavati. Bha. Shraddha. Trividha Bhavati Shraddha. Trividha Bhavati Shraddha.
Trividha Bhavati Shraddha.
Dehinam sa svabhavaja. Bhava. Svabhava is Bha, Mahaprana there.
Dehinam sa svabhavaja.
Satviki Rajasi Chaiva.
Satvike Rajase Chaiva.
Tamasi Cheti Tam Shruno.
Tamasi Cheti Tam Shrunu.
No Tamasi, no Mahaprana there. Tamasi Cheti Tam Shruno.
Tamasi Cheti Tam Shrunu.
Okay, can you chant with Mahaprana properly pronounced alone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
chant.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Trividha Bhavati Shraddha Dehinam sa svabhavaja Satvika Rajase Chaiva Tamasi Cheti Tam Shrunu.
Okay, Satviki, you must say Satvika na. It's not that. And then Trividha Bhavati. If you have a marker, children, please mark all these Mahapranas in your printout or textbooks, whatever it is. You have that book. Trividha Bhavati Shraddha.
Okay.
And then Swabhavaja. Okay. So let us all chant together. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Start.
Shri Bhagavan
Trividha Bhavati Shraddha. You cannot say Bhavati. It's not elongated one. Bhavati. Okay. Trividha. Bhavati.
Bhavati.
Yes. Yes. Bhavati. Okay. Dehinam sa svabhavaja. Satviki rajasi chaiva. Tamasi cheti tam shrunu. Okay.
Go ahead, Anvit. Anvit, go ahead.
Sri Bhagavan said that untold for you all human beings faith on threefold and as Satviki, Rajasiki and Tamasiki. It is a bone of one nature. Heard about hear about it.
Good try. Over to you, Pragnya, to explain in details.
Yes, sir. Namaste, everyone. Today I'll be presenting the second verse of the 17th chapter. I hope you all like it. So, next slide. Should I say the shloka again,
No,
sir?
we can just pass this.
Okay. In this shloka, Sri Krishna addresses the issue of faith. Faith differs from person to person. This faith in us guides us towards performing the right actions, and faith differs from one person to another. For example, a criminal's mind is completely different from a good person's mind. Here, Sri Krishna explains that faith is a consequence of samskaras present in a person. These samskaras define a person's character. Krishna believes that helping someone when they need assistance and help is a dharma everyone has to follow in their life. The samskara or actions and behavior of this person is called as samskara, and if they are good, those people are called as satpurushas. Let us talk about the three qualities, that is Satvika, Rajasika and Tamasika. Firstly, we'll talk about Satvika. We all know the Adi Purusha Sri Rama. He is the ideal example of a Satvika Satpurusha. As you all know, Sri Rama had been a pure, truthful and a gentleman. Firstly, when Mata Kaikeyi wanted to send Rama to the forest, Dasharatha was not ready to agree to it. But for the happiness of his aunt, Rama readily accepted the exile and proceeded to the forest without any hesitation. He was also extremely considerate when Ravana's mother, Kaikesi, had come to curse Lord Rama after finding out that her son was dead. Instead of treating her like an enemy's mother, Lord Rama gave her a lot of respect, touched her feet, took the blessings, and said that he didn't have any personal enmity with Ravana and had to fight him only to get Devi Sita back and put an end to all the papa or sins he had committed. He also stated that he, as a Kshatriya, it was his duty to fight injustice. She felt very inspired and motivated by him and followed his principles and even changed the spoiled and unjust corrupt people of Lanka to follow dharma and be pious. If we ever want to talk about Satvika Guna, then Sri Rama is the best idol to follow. Next, moving on to the Rajasika Guna, we can take Bhishma Pitamaha as a great example. He possesses both good and bad qualities. He had great leadership qualities and was a very loyal general to Hastinapur. When he was to be made the king, just to make his stepmother happy, he let his stepbrothers be the king, even though he knew they were incapable of doing so. Next, he took an oath that he would never be a king, and since he was so loyal, he was so loyal that he united Hastinapura and made the kingdom very successful. But due to him being bound to the kingdom, he could not stop the injustice happening to the Pandavas in the game of dice. And when Draupadi was going through the Vastraparna and being badly humiliated by Duryodhana and his brothers, he also could not stop the Kurukshetra war and was forced to agree to all the decisions that Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana were making, even though he knew they were bad. Lastly, we move on to the Tamasika Guna. Here we know that the person who has Tamasika Guna possesses mostly only bad qualities. We can take Kamsa as an example. Kamsa was the king of Mathura and he was a very cruel man. He was a corrupt person who tortured his own sister Devaki when he knew she was going to have a when he knew she was going to have a baby who would kill him. And when he got to know Krishna and escaped Mathura, he was furious and thus he tortured Devaki and Vasudeva even more. Later, when Krishna grew up and came to fight him, he degraded him a lot by calling him derogatory terms. He was also unjust to his subjects and possessed mostly bad qualities. This concludes by saying continuous performance of either of the before listed samskaras makes our habits very strong, may they be good or bad. Collection of these samskaras is what leads to faith or the development of beliefs in one person. In this way, faith which is taken from the samskaras we follow is a base of the classification of our nature, character or personality, which is sattvika, rajasika or tamasika. Hope you all like my presentation and try to keep it as simple as I could. Hariom, Dhanyavad.
Excellent, very good, simple but very effective presentation. Thank you, Pragnya. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
So what Pragnya has described is the actually entire summary of the 17th chapter, but we'll go step by step. See, children, scriptural studies is the best way. That is what the whole question was. Those who don't study scriptures and still worship God, what happens to their faith? Is it sattvic, rajasic, tamasic? Then answer to this is their human nature takes over. See, there are so many instances like Sri Kalahasti, you've seen that temple story where the three of them, right? The spider, the elephant and
The spider, elephant, and snake.
All of them worship God.
Srikalahasti.
Sri Kalahasti. So you can worship according to your nature. So spider will make a web so that nothing falls on the linga. The elephant will get some pure water from the river and spray on that. So snake will protect it from the very hot sun. So through their nature they can worship, but they don't know the scriptures. As human being, we have this intellect through which we can study scriptures. And once you study through the scriptures, then the faith completely changes. But if you only do because someone is doing and your nature is telling you to do, then it is not the ideal way. It is also, again, we have known it is divided where very clearly she explained the three examples. Satvik, Rama was the Dharma Purusha. Then Rajasik, she has explained with Bhishma, who actually was very good, but he took the side of wrong things. And finally, Ravana. He was Kamsa, because he was always doing injustice. And here warning is given by Krishna. Children, the warning is very simple. Your ears, we have 2 ears, 2 eyes, and only one mouth to speak. So Shri Krishna is saying, Tam Shruno, just like a receiver antenna for a TV or a set-top box for a TV. He says, please listen carefully what I am going to say now. Or else we are like one of our apes who doesn't want to listen anything, only wants to play, only wants to do mischief. Do you want to become one of them? No. I am very sure you don't want to become one of them. With this, we come to a beautiful story of Uddalaka, and that is going to be explained by Akshita. Over to you, Akshita.
Sir, can you hear me?
Very clearly.
So, namaste to everyone, and today I'm going to tell you the story of Uddalaka. Our tradition reverses Aruni as one of the most exalted Vedic rishis, whose discourages and meditations occur in the foremost Upanishads such as the Brihadaranyaka and Chandogya. The most famous Vedantic Mahavakya, Tat Tvam Asi, was said to be imparted by Aruni in a discourse to his son.
Discourse.
Discourse to his son. Sorry. Shvetaketu. In the Chandogya Upanishad, the celebrated Rishi Yajnavalakya was a disciple of Aruni. Udalaka Aruni is also one of acharyas in the Samaveda tradition.
Sorry.
This is the story. This is the story of Udalaka Aruni, the brahmacharin, the student before he went to become a rishi. It is a model, a motivation, and an eternal inspiration, and a lived demonstration of our Guru Shishya tradition, which Radha Kumud Mukherjee has described so beautifully. The teacher holds the pupil within him as in a womb, impregnates him with his spirit, and delivers in him a new birth. This is the birth of knowledge. This conception of education molds its external forms. The pupil must find the teacher. He must live as his family and treated as his son. They must live there beyond the distractions of urban life, functioning in solitude and silence. There must be constant intimation between teacher and student. This story of Udalakaruni occurs in the Paushya Parva of the Adi Parva of the Mahabharata. Rishi Ayodhya Damya, like all Vedic rishis and preceptors, taught and nurtured numerous disciples in his Gurukul. Of these, 3 disciples were most notable: Upamanyu, Aruni, and Veda. Aruni hailed from Panchala. One day, Dhaumya informed Aruni that there was a breach in the watercourse, and as a result, it would flood and destroy the crops. Dhaumya instructed Aruni to look after it. Aruni bowed his head and rushed to the field. But when he reached there, he saw the breach was already broken. He felt distressed for the inability to carry his guru's order. He thought for a long time and decided to plug the breach himself. He lay down on the field to prevent water flowing to the field. He lay down there throughout the night. The next morning, Guru found that Aruni had not returned. He asked to his disciples whether anybody had found him. One of the disciples said, Acharya, you had sent him to the field to stop the breach, and after that we have not seen him. He must have stayed there. Acharya said that we will all go there and search for him. When they reached there, they couldn't find him, and Guru started calling him, O Aruni of Panchala, where are you? Hearing his Guru's voice, Aruni said, I am guarding your fields from water. If I get up, the water will flow and ruin your fields. I am sorry. Hearing his voice, Ayodhya Daumya rushed to the spot and saw his young pupil guarding the field with his body for hours on end, braving the cold, bitter night and morning. The next slide, sir. Dhaumya was overwhelmed by his pupil's unwavering and unqualified devotion towards his Acharya and told him, O Aruni, this act of your supreme reverence, you have won over your Guru. You can get up now, and as a mark of you getting up and opening the watercourse, you shall be known as Udalaka henceforth. Further, because you have obeyed my words without a single question, you will obtain great fortune and respect in this world. All the Vedas and the Dharma Shastras will shine within you. As I mentioned at the beginning, this is just one among the countless such episodes of our unbroken Guru Shishya tradition. When we observe this and construct it with our own time, the true extent of our downfall becomes clear as daylight. To the extent that this tradition is thoughtlessly, routinely mocked in what is known as popular culture. One wonders what the contemporary definition of culture is. If this abysmal state of affairs is known as popular. Dhanyavad, hariom.
Dhanyavad. Very nice. A good story of Uddalaka and Uddalaka Aruni. This also explains that what Krishna is telling to Arjuna, Arjuna is actually a student with a lot of curiosity. He's asking so many questions. Uddalaka did not ask any question. He just went, he did his whatever his Acharya said to him, and he obeyed it without asking second question. But Krishna is a good teacher. He wants you to ask questions. And that's why repeatedly till 17th chapter, almost the penultimate chapter, Arjuna is asking questions. But Krishna doesn't give up. He goes on explaining him what are the different types of faith and what we should be, Satvik, Rajasic or Tamasic. With that, we come to the third verse in which he's going to explain furthermore what should be the Satvik or Rajasic or Tamasic Shraddha. Raghav, you will be chanting with ma'am.
Okay.
Over to you.
Yeah. One small
Yeah.
correction with this previous speaker. It should be Samaveda, not Samaveda. Samaveda.
Samaveda.
And then Uddalaka. Mahaprana is there. Uddalaka. Not
Uddhalaka.
Uddalaka or something as mispronounced, wrongly pronounced. Uddalaka. Aruni. Aruni.
Akshita, you got it, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you,
Akshita. Okay. Let us move on to the third
Yes, sir.
shloka. Sattvanurupa sarvasya Shraddha bhavati bharata Shraddhamayoyam purushaha Yo yachraddha sa eva saha. Sattvanurupa sarvasya.
Shraddha bhavati bharata.
No, you repeat the one I said, okay? Sattvanurupa sarvasya.
Sattvanurupa sarvasya.
See there, sarvasya, the A is not elongated. There is no bar on top of sarvasya, S-Y-A. Okay? Okay. Sattvanurupa sarvasya.
Sattvanurupa sarvasya.
Shraddha bhavati bharata. Three mahapranas. Shraddha bhavati bharata.
Shraddha bhavati bharata.
No bharata. Bharata. Bhavati. Okay? Correct. Shraddha bhavati bharata.
Shraddha bhavati bharata.
Correct.
Shraddha mayoyam purushaha. Mahaprana. Shraddha.
Shraddha mayoyam purushoyam.
Shraddha mayoyam purushaha.
Shraddha mayoyam purushaha.
Is it yam this there? A, you got the bar on top. Dirgha is there. Elongation. Shraddha mayoyam.
Yeah.
It's not there, no, in this blue thing you are seeing, transliterated one.
No, ma'am, it's not there.
Okay, then you cannot elongate it. Okay. Shraddha mayoyam purusho or purushaha, both are okay. Okay.
Purusho. Shraddha mayoyam purusho.
No yam. Again, you don't elongate.
Yam.
Mayoyam. Okay.
Shraddha mayoyam purusho.
Very good.
Very good.
Yo yachadda. Yo yachradda.
Yo
Pronounce it.
the
Chadra.
Shraddha.
Yeah. Shraddha.
Shraddha.
Very good. Yo yachradda sa eva saha.
Yachradasa eva saha.
Yo yachraddhas. Visarga is there, 2 dots, shraddhaha. Next to that is sakara. Then you have to say shraddhas. Yo yachraddhasa eva saha.
Yo yachradasa eva saha.
Beautiful. Okay. Let us all chant together. Sattvanurupa sarvasya. Shraddha bhavati bharata. 3 Mahapranas. Shraddha bhavati You cannot elongate bharata. That's all. You cannot say bharata. Yes. Shraddha mayoyam purushaha. Yo yachraddhasa eva saha. Yo yachraddhas. Good.
Good. Okay, Raghav, go ahead and explain us. Raghav?
Yes, sir. Sri Krishna states that the quality of our faith decides the direction of our life. In turn, the quality of our faith decided by the nature of our mind. For example, those who believe in noble values sacrifice everything to maintain them. Mahatma Gandhi had faith in the importance of truth and non-violence, and the faith he launched a non-violent movement that helped in getting freedom to India. Hence, where we decide to place our faith and what we choose to believe in will shape the direction of our life. Thank you.
Sir,
Excellent. Who is that, Daivik?
sir, you are not recording.
No, it's recording.
No, it is recording.
So very nicely explained by Raghav. Raghav is only in 2nd standard, if I am right.
Oh.
Sir, 3rd standard.
3rd standard, okay. So early he has understood that the faith and the temperament, accordingly, you will have your worship and what you will succeed. Like Gandhiji's example he has given, same way, I will also give some example of the politicians. See, our country is getting developed every time because of politicians or because of good cricketers or stars. But you see, if they reverse the role, if the person who has faith in politics start playing cricket, and those who have faith or their nature is to play cricket start doing politics, that's not right. Whatever your nature,
the entire economy would just collapse.
Yeah, economy will collapse, the cricket, whatever sports will collapse. So according to your faith, if you go, then yeah.
Sir, like if the politicians play cricket and the cricketers do politics, and like in cricket, all the team would like fail, and in the politics, politicians would fail like that.
Exactly. So same way, children, if you leave everything for your nature, then we have come from the apes, that the monkeys. So if you leave everything to your nature and don't go according to the scriptures, our life also will be a big failure. For example, you tell me which is true and which is false. The left side is mango tree, right side is all fruits in one.
Mango tree. The left side.
Mango tree.
Mango tree is true, and the second tree is false.
Exactly.
First one is true.
So you should not bear, if you will not be bearing the right fruit if you don't have the right Shraddha or faith.
Sir,
So, and-
like, we should not take everything with us.
correct.
It will be a load for our brain and our body.
Correct. Very good. So he says, "Oh Bharata." You should see Arjuna is described by so many names in this entire Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna, Bharata, so many
Partha.
Partha, Kauntaya. So many names has been given. And why Bharata? This is important, children, because we are from the country which is named afterwards India, but before it was Bharata. Bha means those who are dwelling in, or those who know Brahma Vidya. Brahma means, not Brahma, it is Brahman, Brahma Vidya, the ultimate knowledge. Ratha means those who revel in it, those who know it and also understand and pass it out to others. That is Bharata. So all of us actually are Bharata because we know the scriptures, we believe in it, and we give it to the people who want it. I am Purusha Shraddhamaya. Here Krishna is telling you will become what you are, what your nature is. So as a tree, if you put a sapling, let it grow, but you have to, if you put it in a very dirty place, non-fertile, would it grow? It will not. Same sapling, if you grow in a nicely nourished place, so you see next time when you want to grow a tree or a sapling, you will first have to have very fertile land. For example, take a pot, you'll have to nurture it. First, you should have a very fertile land. For that, you have to put lot of soil, lot of ingredients, make the land fertile. Similarly, these values given by different Upanishads or scripture will make your understanding, your Shraddha will make it fertile. It will grow in yourself. So, like this champions, those who get silver and medal, do you think they directly go and play and get the medal?
No, they practice.
No, sir.
No, sir, they
So first they
practice.
need years of practice, then they take it into
They
their
need loads of
hands to practice what they practiced, and then
Exactly.
that's when they get their that's when they
Sir, they wake up early in the morning and practice. Then they sleep.
And then they have to do for selections and all for that.
Okay. So children, you know so many things. How many of you get up early in the morning and practice something which you want to become? Raise your hand.
Sir, I also, sir.
Okay, very good. So remember, children, if you want to become a greatest Bharatanatyam dancer, for someone of you are doing it, you have to practice. Thousands and lakhs of hours practice will make you grow to that level, reach that level. Just simply doing Bharatanatyam once in a week or two classes would not help. Similarly, if you're studying very hard for exams, IIT or medical or engineering, whatever it may be, you have to practice from now. The earlier you practice, all these superstars, Dhoni or whatever the stars, they practice from very early. So children, you have lot of time. You are very young. So please practice. I am Purushaha Shraddhamayaha. So your regular practice will help you discipline yourself, train yourself. Otherwise, untrained mind is equal to an untrained pet. Okay? Who is taking
Sir, an untrained pet will be our body.
Mind. So who is taking for a ride here? The dog is taking the man to ride, or the man is taking to the dog? Who is taking
The dog is taking
Right.
Exactly.
The dog is controlling the man.
him because he is not creating stable ground.
Correct. So your senses, the five senses are like the dog. And if it is not controlled by the mind, then it will always take you to wherever you look some glittery things, you'll go there. You like to only play.
So then, like, if you smell like a good aroma, you'll follow it. Yeah. If you see
Exactly.
something glittering, you'll follow it. Yeah.
Same. If you see some
Suppose you feel something, you try to follow it.
correct. So if you go on seeing TV, you like one serial, every day you want to see it again and again. That is also a trap. Untrained mind, untrained senses.
Sir, Sir,
Yeah.
it produces like happy elements inside our brain, sir. So like our mind, if it's not like controlled, we can't stop
Okay,
it.
okay. Aditi has a question. She's raising hand. Aditi, go ahead.
Sir, at the morning there is my school at 7:30 only my bus comes. Morning.
7:30.
So I
Okay.
can't, I don't practice only.
So what time you can get up at 6:30?
No, sir, 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. Okay. So you can practice whatever you want to practice 15 minutes. It is possible. You don't have to practice for 1 hour. Only 15 minutes of your time is enough.
Sir, sir,
Yeah, Vishnu.
sir, my bus only comes at 40 and DPS ECT's bus comes after my bus.
Sir, my bus comes at 6:30
Sir.
and I have to leave my house at 6:30.
Okay. So what you can give time, and the night you can give time. Evening time you can give. Okay. So you need not be in the morning. Whatever you want to practice, do it every day. Train yourself. Because there are, so when you train your mind, you'll get good thoughts. Because thoughts will make your words will result in an action, actions will become your habit, you go on doing the same thing will become your character, and finally the character will make your future personality. So, and it will become destiny. So children, the destiny is in your hand. You are just in the first or second part of the journey, but that wherever this train of your life should go and reach, it should be in your hand. You are the driver of your train or whatever bus or flight. So start having good thoughts. For that, you have to train your mind. With that, we come to the temple story. Whether Shivang is there today or not, I don't know. Brahma Pureshwara temple. If he's not there, we will do it next time. We go to Anand. Anand, may I request ma'am to take this chanting? Anand is there. Wait a minute. Anand, I did not hear from Anand.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, Anand, good.
Oh, very cute. Yajante satvika devan yaksharakshamsi rajasaha pretan bhutaganaschanye yajante tamasa janaha yajante satvika devan
Yajante satvika devan
yaksharakshamsi rajasaha
yaksharakshamsi rajasaha
pretan bhutaganaschanye
pretan bhutaganaschanye
yajante tamasa janaha
yajante tamasa janaha.
Very good. Let us all chant. Yajante satvika devan yaksharakshamsi rajasaha pretan bhutaganaschanye yajante tamasa janaha
Aditi, please chant with together. Okay, all of you should chant together. So it will sound very good. Okay. Now I will request Anand to explain this verse a little bit.
Sattvic people worship the gods. Rajasic people worship the yakshas and rakshasas. Tamasic people worship the ghosts and spirits. Types of gods people worship. The type of gods people worship reveal the type of their Shraddha. Sattvic people worship sattvic gods like Rama, Krishna, Shiva, Ganesha for spiritual growth. Rajasic people worship Rajasic gods like Kubera, Yaksha, Rakshas to only satisfy their intense desire for worldly pleasure and riches. Tamasic people worship Tamasic god like the ghosts and spirits. Bhuta Preta to harm people they do not like. Sattvic Shraddha. Hinduism gives us many gods. We can worship for both material and spiritual blessings. If we have Tamasic Shraddha wanting to harm others, we must immediately give it up. True, we may want worldly pleasures, we must gradually reduce Rajasic Shraddha. We should develop Sattvic Shraddha, complete faith in our Guru and scriptures, doing good work, helping others, respecting elders, and praying to God every day, thanking Him for all that we have. Thank you, hariom.
Hariom, very nice. And I can see your brother also there, right? Hello,
Yes,
who
sir.
is there? Ananta. Okay, good to see you. And Anand has told nicely about Sattvic Shraddha, which is explained.
Yeah.
I think we have one more person to explain this, right? Sahana. Sahana, go ahead, Sahana.
In this verse, Lord Sri Krishna says that people who have faith can be placed in three categories. Those that worship deities such as Lord Krishna, Lord Ganesha are Sattvic. Those that worship materialistic spirits or yakshas such as Kubera, the Lord of Wealth, are Rajasic. And those that worship ghosts and demons are Tamasic. We know that we've learned that in the Karma Yoga, the attitude with which we perform an action is just as important as the action itself. So, for example, three people visit the same temple at the same time and pray to the same deity. One person may pray because he wants to get good marks. One person may pray to knock off his competitor. Another person may pray so that he attains liberation in his life. And when we're looking from outside, they seem to be doing the same action, but there's a huge difference in their attitude. This difference in the attitude is symbolically conveyed in the shloka using terms such as ghosts and demons. Hariom.
Excellent, Sahana. All of you, those who are explaining in details with some examples, this is how we have to go forward. Divyanshi, Pragnya, Sahana, all of you explained very well, and the younger children, they also did very well chanting and explained it. So, as it is very clearly mentioned, the worship is depending upon the God they are worshipping, the motive behind the worship, and what they want through the worship. So, Sattvic worship is here. We can see they are worshipping with Abhisheka to Linga. Rama himself is doing Abhishek to Shiva Linga. Rajasic worship is seen regularly, children nowadays. Be it Diwali function, be it Dasara Puja, be it Durga Ashtami.
Large scale, flashing lights.
Exactly. Lot of sound, lot of cracker bursting, lot of show, and lot of dancing. That is Rajasic Puja. Because not everyone likes it. In the nature, the birds, animals literally hate this type of puja. They want to sleep in the night, and that is the time when all this starts suddenly.
So my birds, like the day before Diwali, the crackers are loud, and whenever a cracker used to burst, they used to fly around the balcony. So on the day of Diwali, they were inside the house the whole day.
Exactly. So children, those who have pets, they will understand this problem. But
Sir, once in Sharjah, my
So
mother,
like they
house,
can't like handle
they had
like
cats.
strong sounds.
One cat would just run to the end of the entire like flat to the last room and hide under the bed. Those crackers are extremely loud, like not festival, but it hates crackers.
So also we have seen so many worships all around. They like to dance, big dholaks. It's good to have, but it should not be overdone.
It should not be disturbing others.
Yes. And tamasic, you have to you know, all of you, there are some rituals, they kill the animals.
Sir,
Obviously,
sacrifices.
sacrifices of animals or anything is tamasic worship. So this
Sir.
was, yeah,
As near my house, there was a bird. Then we were bursting crackers. Then it ran away and it hazed it.
okay. So you remember this next time you celebrate something, that it should be silently done, prayers, and it should be done without hurting anyone. So this is a story about three men who were in troubled boat. One of, don't consider the picture, but just remember there were three people from different kinds of worship. And as Sahana mentioned, or I think someone mentioned about Hindu, I think Anand mentioned about Hinduism has a lot of gods. So a Christian person said he called Jesus and he was saved. The Muslim fellow called Allah, he was saved. This is a joke about Hinduism that they did not know whom to call. But actually, children, Hindu gods are so many because everyone's faith is different. The five fingers are not the same. So is the faith of people. So someone likes Bala Ganesha, someone likes Rama, someone likes Vishnu. Depending upon that, he would have his faith. The Hinduism or our culture is the only culture where you have variety of gods to come to you. That doesn't mean it is only we all know after studying so much of scriptures that God is in every one of you. In each God, there is similar God. Only thing is, because of our nature is different, we like Devi, Saraswati, or Lakshmi, or Vishnu, or Rama. So, I'll take your question. We are finishing.
Sir, I
Because-
want to tell something about
Yeah, after this, 1 minute, 1 minute. So, characteristic of a person by puja, like what he's worshipping, if he's doing a worship with the abhishekam, water or ghee, milk, and doesn't harm anyone, it is a sattvic one. What method he's using? He's not going on dancing and roaming here and there. It is a rajasic worship. And he's, what motive he has? Does he want to kill and get some benefit from that? That is tamasic. So characteristics of puja, there is an example of this where Drishtadhumna, who has given for a sacrificial ritual he did to get born one daughter and one son. So the daughter was, yes ma'am?
Sir, not Drishtadyumna, Drupada.
Drupada, sorry.
Sir, he was worshipping with something fire. He was sacrificing to get Drishtadyumna and Draupadi.
Yes. So Drupada did that to kill his good. He wanted to kill. I think Dronacharya.
Who taught Pandavas, sir.
Yeah, they were two good friends, but afterwards Dronacharya took half of his kingdom and left him. So this type of worship to kill someone is definitely tamasic. The motive is not good. I think with this we have come to the end of today's class. We will take the next verses, but before that, let us chant this mantra, and I will have a quiz on these verses next class. Om Purnamada
Om
Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnamadaya
Om Shanti Shanti.
Hariom.
Okay, thank you all of you.